Buenas noches a todos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos al canal YouTube Sports Máximo. Soy José María y estamos aquí con la Xbox Series X para seguir jugando hasta completarlo. Bueno, hoy no, mañana lo completaremos. Hoy estaremos 2 o 3 horas más. Este juegazo que se llama Star Trek Resurgence. ¿Lo he dicho bien, no? Star Trek Resurgence. Bueno, vamos allá, señores.
Soothing.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
The Hotari have suffered enough at the hands of the Illidians.
I couldn't agree more.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
I'm curious why the Illidians haven't fought back. They have the ability to retake the mines anytime they want.
Ability is one thing. Courage is another. The Illidians know any hostile action on their part will not end well. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
Pero esta chica no es humana, ¿eh? Buenas noches, Pablo. Me pasé el jueves. Te explico.
Maybe I've misjudged it.
Me he pasado la primera. ¿Cómo explicarlo? Con la personaje me la pasé. Rescató a su marido, pero una vez que rescata a su marido, termina ella y empieza otra facción. Se llama Periplo. Sale otro personaje. Se ve que hay 3-4 personajes, 3-4 historias. Lo que no sé si están entrelazadas. O sea, seguiremos jugando con él.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price?
Todavía queda mucho, pues imagínate, lo hice con el primer personaje, la historia, con 25-27 horas, más sería otro personaje. Igual me quedan 40-50 horas más todavía. Es un juego súper largo, tío. Si quiero hacer todo, lo que no sabía es que había más personajes. Pensaba que lo terminaría, pero
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what really happened?
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives, that it was more than just the storm, that somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You just answered your own question. How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Commander, if I could have a quick word with you.
Of course.
I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
I'm glad to hear it. I just hope you're not the only one who feels that way.
I apologize for that. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing. I saw you speaking with the Illidian. I'm sure they're painting themselves as the victims.
The Illidians are under the impression the Hotari are somehow the cause of the Ion Storm.
Which I'm sure they attribute to our lack of experience or sheer inferiority. But
Hola,
we
Sergi.
are as much the victims of this horrific
Esto es un
storm as
juegazo.
they are. For the
A
first
ver,
time
¿cómo
in
te lo
our history, the
explicas,
Hotari have the
Sergi?
upper hand.
Que este se ve mejor que...
We see ourselves as
Esto es un juego
strong
indie.
instead of
Se ve
downtrodden.
mejor... ¿No es un juego indie?
Voices
Se ve
have
mejor
risen
que el...
up. Old voices
Que
shut
Final
down.
Fantasy XVI. ¿Cómo te lo explicas? A ver.
Calvin and Sidron have become national heroes.
Tú mira la cara de
They
esta,
have
esta
become
gente
dear.
que es bien nítido. Mira la cara
Better
de
or worse.
Final Fantasy
Into
XVI. ¿Qué
perspective.
diferencia hay?
I assume they've taken your place.
I was one of the Queen's most
Mañana
trusted
jugaremos
advisors,
Final Fantasy XVI 2 horitas.
and I hope to
el
prove
día
myself
12.
worthy of being so again.
Porque a la gente le gusta.
Which is
Pero
why
yo,
you're
por mí,
here.
no me esperaría que lanzaran un parche y lo arreglaran. Como pasó
My
con
fear has
Toque.
been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us.
Pero bueno.
You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they
Bueno,
wanted
esto es un
to,
juego indie
but it never
de
happened.
mucho presupuesto, ¿eh? Indie hay de bajo presupuesto y
as
mucho,
strange
este
as
mucho
this may
presupuesto.
sound,
Este está casi
I
rozando el
almost
doble
say
A.
they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them.
Do you think it has something to do with the Ion Storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's
Yo lo que
entirely
le he dicho a
possible.
Lana, yo
I'm
no,
not a
no entiendo, no
scientist,
sé si me ha
but I do know
escuchado.
the storm has knocked out
Ella
all
tiene
kinds of
un montón de
systems.
juegos buenos
So maybe
y que puede comprar cualquier
Illidians
juego.
weren't willing to risk their ships, given
Yo
all
no
the
entiendo
interference.
que ella quiera terminar el juego ese, le corra prisa, incluso a lo mejor lo va a platinar,
Since
no
the
lo
day of the
entiendo,
revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines
porque
and
tiene otro
restricted
juego.
all access.
Porque yo en su lugar lo
No
que
one's
haría es
allowed without his
ir más
personal
despacito
authorization.
esperando que saquen algún parche
And they've taken
y
over
que se
a
pueda
section
jugar a
of the
60
palace with just
FPS.
as much secrecy
Lo que no
and
sé,
security.
es una locura jugar Final Fantasy VI
I'm told it
en
could
los
be
combates,
something they
jugar a
brought back
30
from the
FPS,
mines.
no lo disfruto bien.
Made inquiries, but everyone pretends
Un
it
hack
doesn't
and slash,
exist.
Devil May Cry, por
I
ejemplo, está a
strongly
60.
suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find
El
out
server
what they're
Marvel
hiding?
Spider-Man 2 no me corre prisa, una semana antes lo
I
compro y ya
need to
está.
see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I
Buenas,
wouldn't know what to
H.
make of it.
Saludos desde Chile. Amigo, un abrazo. Viva Chile.
You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
They seem proud of their culture. Pride can lead to rash action.
México es más igual. Es muy igual.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
Otherwise, it'll be an extended stay in the Hotari system.
Well, couldn't we slowboat it out of here at impulse speed?
It may come to that, but we don't know how far this warp dead zone extends. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clearer picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Qué guay
Commander Westbrook,
manejar la
the
nave,
Resolute
qué
systems are
chulada.
calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do
Este
take
juego es muy
care
guapo,
in piloting the
tío, muy guapo.
shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you
qué
about the
estrello.
ship's new first officer. This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there. With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
Casi me estrello, ¿eh?
Load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work, and who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people. Here. This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
But what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually. got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more. Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
When someone punches you in the face, you hit back, Commander.
Right. But we need to know where and how to do it. Now, look here. It's our current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger. Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Elydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
We're right to be worried. If they're targeting the Resolute and we can't go to warp, that effectively leaves us at their mercy.
Which puts us in a rather difficult position.
Especially if they have more tricks up their sleeve.
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them. She's trying to save them.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon, it's almost as if they want to start a war. And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Elydians respect is force.
I would say he's right about that. But at least they know when to hold back.
But that does not explain why they would turn their aggressions against us.
I don't think the Elydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Arminta said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Voy a buscar agua fresquita.
Storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capability.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Elydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Atari. Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
We have to help her. Send another shuttle.
We're
Or
not
maybe...
doing anything yet. Not until we know more. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
If this warp disruption attack isn't enough justification, I don't know what is. We have every right to defend ourselves.
In due time.
I don't want to escalate this without a better idea of what we're getting into.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Oh, I thought security was the detail to be on. Now all of a sudden you're interested in engineering?
Just the engineer.
Come on, start pulling chips.
What's this?
¿Qué es esto?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Just leave it there for now. Messing around with it could be dangerous. At least until we know more.
That's exactly why we need to get it to the containment lab. I can't make an exception just for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Be very careful.
Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core. Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Well, of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job. When she's on duty, she's gotta be on the lookout for danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. Although, you didn't seem to think so. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability
Hola,
of
Barbie.
or higher. Select a
Que
symbol to further
Starfield no
analyze.
tenga razas alienígenas para mí es imperdonable. Bueno, se parece a este. Joder. No, este no. Este no. 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 ¿Sí? Sí, 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 lo he hecho bien. No, no, no lo he hecho bien. Tampoco. Tampoco.
.2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph
Tengo la
associated with the
trilogía,
ancient
Barbie,
Tkan Empire.
de
Their
Mass Effect, lo
civilization
tengo.
collapsed over 600,000
Pero no
years
me
ago,
acaban de gustar
but
mucho.
once spanned
Hay
millions
gente que le
of
gusta, a mí no.
systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Tkan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Tkan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Tkan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
Actually, I've heard of the Tkan.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Tkan outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Tkan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an
Yo la
unbreakable
trilogía Remaster
energy
Mass
training
Effect,
field was deployed against the
yo lo compré,
Enterprise
lo
and a
probé,
Ferengi ship.
y ese
The
juego,
Enterprise was only able to
un simple
escape
remaster,
after negotiating
punto.
their release with an
Ese juego
entity known as
le haría falta un
Portal 63,
remake.
Guardian of the Tkan Empire.
Se le nota
Unbreakable energy
la
training
factura, lo paso los años. Se le nota
Starts
mucho.
to make sense.
La ha pasado la factura.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Tkan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 63, Guardian of the Tkan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 63 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Tkan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Tkan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 63.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence. There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 63.
Bueno, cuando salga el nuevo Mass Effect,
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it
lo
makes
probaremos.
sense considering what happened to the Enterprise.
Pero la trilogía remaster es un remaster muy pobre. Lo único que hicieron mejorar la resolución y un poquito más. O sea, es muy pobre. Lo que tiene que haber hecho esa trilogía, hacer remake o hacer algo así, no sé.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy draining field the Tkan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
Y el nuevo Dragonage
We have Tacon technology on board right
creo que valdrá
now.
la pena.
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Tacon technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle
A
to
ver,
pinpoint its
Barbie,
origin.
no nos engañemos.
There.
Ese juego, aunque no me digas que el luce es
So we know
genial,
where to look.
porque
Commander
se nota
Rydek's
que el juego tiene años.
We need to know what's down there.
Yo también lo tengo en la
Hotari
serie
are
X,
hiding.
la
Better
trilogía,
understand what we're up
y
against.
se nota que tiene años.
And to neutralize it if we can.
Los disparos, las explosiones,
Embarking
se
on a
nota que
mission
el
to
juego
the
tiene
Hotari
años.
moon would not be viewed favorably by either side.
Que en un juego no se
However,
arregla con solamente
given the
subir resolución,
circumstances, we are entirely
a
within
4K
our rights
y ya
to
está.
defend ourselves.
que es mucho más.
I just want to make
Ese
sure
juego
this doesn't blow up in our
es un
faces.
remaster que pasó
That's why I'm thinking
sin-
of sending
sin
Commander
gloria,
Rydek
sin
on
pena.
a covert mission to Tau.
y hoy en día lo puedes comprar tirado de precio porque nadie lo quiere.
Assuming you're up to the task.
En su tiempo fue un buen
Require
juego,
absolute secrecy,
pero la pasada factura los
and
años.
obviously it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Yes, sir. I'll do everything in my power to make sure no one knows I'm there.
Good. Of course, you'll have full support from the Resolute. We'll make sure we take every precaution.
Every precaution.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Elydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system.
Si a ti te gusta, disfrútalo, Barbie.
Understood.
Disfrútalo.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime. Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz, Tamaris.
Try her again. Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
A que su novia es mala.
Did this? What the?
Es mala.
Oh, it's just you.
Es mala.
I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
What's the matter? Were you worried it was gonna be someone else?
No. I mean, I'm glad it's you.
Tiene cara mala, eh.
But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
What exactly were you doing in here? I saw you accessing files, copying them onto that.
This is secure data. It's really not my place to talk about it. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
Miranda, you can be honest with me. Are you in some kind of trouble? Commander Westbrook said the crystals you took never made it to the containment lab.
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you.
I don't know what it is, but you're hiding something. What's in that storage drive?
I told you, it's secure data. So drop it.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here. investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Look, I wish I was wrong about this. That I was overreacting. More than anything. But I know what I saw. And it's not what she's saying.
I can't believe this.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle.
This is Petty Officer Diaz. I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
Yo el juego que así galáctico donde disfruté muchísimo es la... ¿Cómo se llama ese juego? Los Guardianes de la Galaxia, ¿os acordáis? La música chula, pasa que tiene mucho copyright, pero la música, los combates, la historia, cómo ver cómo discuten entre ellos, se pelean, ¿no? Está muy bueno. Guardianes de la Galaxia, para mí cuando salió el juego, que lo compré, creo que lo compré para Play 5, me enganché de una manera loca y no paraba de jugar todos los días hasta que lo completé. Eso es un juego muy bueno que nadie se lo esperaba tan bueno. ¿Os acordáis, no?
Rydick here.
This is Zermatt. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Rydick out. The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
When you called to give us a scan, it sounded like they caught you. I was worried you'd been hurt.
It was nothing I couldn't handle.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy. But they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on
Hola,
top.
hola Esteban, hola José. Voy a creer este juego, me está gustando.
If we find hard
¿Ha
evidence
probado
that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can
Mongrels?
convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood.
Me suena. A ver, a ver. A ver, ¿cuál es? A lo mejor lo tengo, ¿eh? Ah, no, es bar. Me he equivocado. Pues no me suena, ¿eh? Salió el 25 de abril. ¿Y de qué va este juego? Ah, este tipo de juegos. Ese tipo de juegos me gustan. Pero es que es combate a turnos. Estrategia en tiempo real, muy bien. No es combate a turnos, tiempo real. A 60 FPS, 4K.
Manfred Raufer, I'm delighted we can talk again. So, how do you recall your war?
My war. Things we saw. Things we did. I'm sure I'll never have a worse nightmare in my life.
Es como Comando. Tenemos la buena pinta. Pues muchas gracias, Esteban. ¿Tú lo has comprado? No es de turno, no. ¿Tú lo has comprado este juego o qué? Me informaré bien, un poquito bien del juego y a lo mejor me lo compro. Me gusta este tipo de juegos. ¿Qué dice este? Nada mal, estilo comandos, lo que he dicho yo, comandos, muy bien. Este mundo pero más guionizado, sencillo pero entretenido, muy bien hecho, cuesta un poco acostumbrarse a los controles. Tiene momentos muy explícitos, no apto para niños. Ayuda, aquí alguien me diga cómo apagar la Xbox, por favor. ¿Cómo puede ser una persona que pregunte que no sepa cómo apagar la Xbox? Qué fuerte. Esto parece una broma, un chiste. Ay, qué bueno, qué bueno. Esto me ha hecho mucha risa esto. Bueno, pues lo miraré. Tiene buena pinta. Tiene una buena pinta, sí, señor. Estás subviciado, ¿no? Bueno, ese tipo de juego, cuando lo dominas, es una pasada. Oye, pues a ti te gustan todas estas cosas, Esteban, ¿con el qué juego tendrías que comprarte? Mira, Company of Heroes 3. Este te gustará seguro. Lo que pasa es que este es más complicado de entender cómo funciona que el juego que me has comentado. Este es más difícil. Pero una vez que lo dominas, ¡buah! Esto es gloria bendita. Esto es una delicia. Claro, este tipo de juegos te necesitas tener poquito paciencia, entender cómo funcionan y ya está. Y una vez que lo he aprendido, este no hace falta aprender nada. Este ya estaba guiando lo que tiene que hacer. Nada.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
Es una obra maestra, ¿eh? Mañana subiré un directo, mañana tarde creo.
Pride of Hotari.
Yo tardé 4 o 5 horas en entenderlo, ¿eh?
How do we get inside?
4 o 5 horas en
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels.
Y una vez que lo aprendí, digo, o sea, que voy a empezar de nuevo porque quiero disfrutar desde el principio. Y así, si hay una cosita que no se me pasa por alto, lo acabo de aprender. Y de momento hay dos biomas, uno es en Italia y el otro es en África. No sé si hay alguno más. Pero ese, para mí, el de bélico, de estrategia de tiempo real, es el mejor.
How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
The Queen? But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly of this insolence.
There's no
You'll regret everything you said here today. You should have opened the doors the second I appeared before you.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know you were...
Force field. Looks like it was installed recently. No safe way around it.
Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How could a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the maintenance bay.
I told you I can't just...
Now!
But fine.
A wise choice. Lead the way. And be quick.
Okay. Let's get a look inside you. Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo. Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy. Might be rigged to only open for registered users. No control panel here. I should take a look with my tricorder. Might control the exit door. Need to see inside it. Something in here is keeping that door closed. Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me at your peril.
The catwalks were booby-trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it. That's an enormous tractor beam.
One of our strongest. The miners dump everything they find into the center, and the tractor beam moves it all up into the collector ship.
You sound a little proud of
Voy a
it.
buscar
The Illydians may have given us
cuatro
some
galletas.
tools, but the methods of excavation are all Hotari designed.
Esto ya es mi desayuno. Bueno, cuando terminemos con este juego, bueno, hoy no se completa, pero cuando ya salga el sol me iré a la cama, me tomaré un vaso de leche y ya está. Y comiendo esta galleta, pues ya desayuno. Antes desayunaba un bocadillo, pero es que ahora ya no quiero adelgazar. A ver cómo se rompe esto.
Do you think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. But the console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this ramp.
No shortcuts then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
No luck. Unless this console thinks I'm a Hotari guard, it won't work.
Guards work out of that building back there. Might have some DNA.
Buenas noches, Santiago. ¿Qué tal?
This facility doesn't seem well maintained. What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining...
An Elydian console.
All the managerial technology in the mines is Elydian.
So they can keep an eye on their investment.
That's how it is.
Hygiene clearly isn't a priority down here. Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots. This'll work. That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it. Promising. Good. That's another I could use. Just need one more sample. Leftovers. I should give this a scan. There's gotta be stable DNA here. Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. Time to go back to the lift. Almost looks like coffee. Almost. I'll have some Ractigino when I get back to the ship. If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room. Hotari must be tough on the inside, too. Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else. Some kind of glowing mineral being used as a light source.
¿Qué dices, Santiago? Buenas noches.
For my cabin, actually.
¿Cómo estamos?
Hopefully that guard stays outside.
Oh, he will.
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah.
It worked.
Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now. Jara. Stay back. There's a guard at the station. You'll have to hide.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Abawincha.
Let me go!
Are you all right?
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but... I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Hey, I'll keep you safe.
Can you?
I was a tactical officer before I was posted to the Resolute. I know my way around a phaser. You saw how I handled our large friend here.
I suppose that is somewhat reassuring. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
Guard should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Otari lies.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
Qué guapo estos juegos. Este juego me encanta. Han hecho un juego con una buena historia. La ambientación de Star Trek está muy bien.
The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead. Is that all dilithium?
Not all of it. We excavate large chunks of rock that contain varying amounts of dilithium ore. It's sorted and processed at the collector ship above.
More guards.
I take that as a sign we're getting close.
I'll get a closer look. Looks like they've improvised a barrier.
Yes, we must be getting closer.
We need that particular card, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
We don't have time to wait for them to finish whatever they're doing. We'll have to try to keep low and sneak past them.
I'm starting to see the utility of a phaser.
I wouldn't stand a chance against all three of them. Can you open that door?
Not without that scan card.
I don't like our options here. I have to get us that card so we can open the door.
How? If they detect you, Galvin and Sidron's followers are clearly willing to kill to protect whatever is in this mine.
Hey, I'm trained for this. I'll be fine.
What should I do?
Avoid being seen. Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
Analysis in progress. Those arrogant Lydians have no idea what's coming. It's coming along. I wish the Lydians would try something else. They saw our power, our resolve. They're terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work, and we'll complete the plan more quickly. Almost complete. It's just a matter of time. Processing. I can taste our victory. What? Too slow.
Hostia, me ha pillado.
Avoid being seen.
Me ha pillado, tío.
Stick to the
No
edge
sé
of the
cómo.
room and meet me at the door.
Cago en la puta, pero ¿cómo me ha pillado? ¿Me ha pillado otro? Muy raro, tío. ¿Cómo me ha pillado? Mira que estoy súper concentrado, ¿eh? Que sí, que ya lo sé cómo es esto. Es que es muy raro que me haya pillado.
I get all the good. Wish the Lydians would try something else. They saw our power, our resolve. They're terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work, and we'll complete the plan more quickly. Processing. It's just a matter of time. Someone's here. Guess I was wrong.
long is Galvin going to make us wait? I'm not worried.
I'd
He's let
melt
us well
if I
so
went through
far.
there.
It's a
Keep
miracle
moving.
we're even here. We've been waiting for so long. Patience, brother. We'll get our chance. It's inevitable after all. That it is. Almost done here.
Joder, la tensión aquí como aumenta, ¿eh?
Stay close.
Stop!
What?
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
Joder.
No!
Bueno. Ay. Me ha tocado un rayo.
Stay close.
Stop!
What?
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
Tenemos que ir para allá. Y hay una aquí. Esta parte es chunga, ¿eh? Hay un muerto. Hostia, mata un montón de gente, ¿eh?
This.
It's where the uprising started. Hotari don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale, this level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless rebellion.
I don't know if we should keep going. So much death. I don't want to end up like them.
Don't freeze up on me now, Tylus. We can do this. We're almost there.
You're right. Lead the way.
Whatever happened here, it made the Illydians abandon the mines. Let's find out what they're so scared of. Hotari and Illydian. Both sides took a beating. These crystalline particles, they're not dilithium. Are they common in the mines?
Not that I've ever seen.
Is this the effects of an Illydian disruptor?
Yes.
Disruptors are cruel weapons. From the blast marks, it looks like the Illydians had far greater firepower. The Hotari fortified the side of the room opposite the door. It's a good tactic, but a few crates aren't going to stop fully armed Illydian soldiers. How did they win? This Illydian tried to run.
They didn't let him.
Tylus.
What?
What kind of weapon did this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen or heard of. My people don't have a weapon that does this.
What else can you tell me?
Joder, para encontrarlo, anda que hay tela aquí, ¿eh? Agustín Vera, buenas noches. Muy aburrido este juego. Me lo compré y no me gustó nada. Después de 8 horas. Joder, ¿tú lo ves aburrido? Madre mía. A mí me encanta. La prueba está que el 94% de la gente votaron que le gustaba el juego. Jugadores, Agustín. Eso que dice que el 6% que no le gustaban, entre ellos estabas tú. Es verdad. O sea, tú entras por Google y te pondrá 94% de no sé cuántos, 700, 1000 o no sé cuánta gente le gustó este juego. Pues tú estás ese poco porcentaje, el 6% que no le gustó. Es totalmente respetable. Tenemos que encontrar dos pistas más. Joder. ¿Dónde están? Acá, cambio de verde. Bien, ya está.
What an awful way to die. This must be why the Elydians are so afraid. Technology that surpasses their own, in the hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
Where did this weapon come from?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses. If I set my tricorder to search for that frequency, it'll lead us right to the source. This makeshift barrier forced the Elydians to enter from the service corridor, creating a choke point. Quite the advanced tactic for a species that's never waged war. Footprints. Elydian boots. Running back the way we came. The Elydians shot to kill.
But if they killed him, why was he shot in the back?
Huh, you're right. The shot came from the side the Hotari were defending.
We don't kill our own. And he wasn't just caught in the middle.
Killed by the same crystallization as the Elydian.
Whose side was the killer on?
Tylus, you may not want to look down there.
I've come too far to... What is this?
They've been dumping bodies down here.
Unforgivable. Galvin and Sidron will be made to answer for this.
More of these crystals.
Another of my people dead.
Sí, te lo entiendo, Agustín. Tú tranquilo, no te preocupes. Yo ya sé que tú apoyas mucho el canal, pero si no te gusta un juego, es totalmente respetable. Y mejor que vayas a dormir, sí. Hace bien. Yo en tu lugar haría lo mismo. Es que es verdad. Mira, tú te pones tu The Witcher 3, es un gran juego, y no llega al... Creo que está el 94-95% que a la gente le gusta. Entonces, hay gente que no le gusta. Yo me he encontrado gente que no le gusta The Witcher 3, o gente que no le gusta The Last of Us, o hay gente que no le gusta Doom Eternal, por ejemplo. Entonces, lo bueno es que tenemos un montón de variedad de juegos y siempre puedes coger el más que más te sienta a gusto. Entonces, si a ti no te gusta este juego, pues haces bien. Entra a dormir.
Tylus,
Nada
what
más
is
tú ya lo
this
has
machine?
completado, ¿no? ¿Me has dicho?
It's for tunnel boring. The cone on the front is covered in disruptors that allow it to move through the
Mañana
solid
subiré más
rock.
vídeos.
They don't seem to have
espero que te
finished the
guste más.
tunnel. Why stop here, I
Yo
wonder?
este lo termino mañana, Mañana noche lo terminamos. Creo que ya está. Bueno. ¿Qué hace esta mujer aquí? Mirando aquí. Que tenemos que irnos, ¿no? Que aquí está todo hecho ya, está todo mirado. Algo me había dejado, a lo mejor. Vámonos, vámonos. Oye, pues no sé dónde tenemos que ir ahora. Me cache la mar.
Think they parked this here on purpose?
One way to find out.
Need any help?
I've got it.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been recorded. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
De género chileno. Hola, bro, ¿cuánto está la PC5 en España? Pues ahora te lo digo, espérate un momento. Ahora te lo digo. Te voy a mirar la tienda, una de las tiendas más conocidas de España. Ahora te lo confirmo. Mira, la más barata, depende, ¿eh? Hay varios paquetes. El paquete más barato está a ver, 400. Sí, muy bien. PS5 Digital Edition. No, la normal, porque está la digital, que vale 449, no, 549 euros. En Estados Unidos no lo sé, 530 dólares. Aquí en España, 549 dólares. Perdón, dólares. Euros, 549 euros. Y te viene la PlayStation y un juego, el God of War Ragnarok. ¿Vale? Y ya está. No tiene nada más. Encima el God of War Ragnarok te da un código para descargar, no es físico, y te cuesta 549 euros con el juego, o sea que te sale la consola con no ya 500. Pero claro, estamos hablando de unas tiendas muy conocidas aquí que hacen precios muy buenos, con 3 años de garantía. No, si quieres 3 años de garantía tienes que pagar el suplemento, 51 euros. La verdad que es un poco caro. Bueno, el Xbox me va a subir el precio, tengo entendido. Que si jugué el God of War, el 1 y el 2, he jugado los dos. Luego hemos completado el canal con la Play 5.
This feels strange.
The crystals are increasing, growing outward, replacing the soil.
It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
Incredible.
This is definitely not Hotari.
It's the remnants of the Takan Empire.
I don't think we should be here.
This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can. Somewhat resembles a transporter pad. How are you holding up?
I knew Galvin and Sidron were dangerous. Now I know they're more powerful than I could have imagined. But the worst of it is knowing they got there by turning our people against their own. This place feels wrong.
I'll get what I need, and we can get out of here.
Thank you. Is it too, convenient that we found this place unguarded?
There's an old Earth saying about never looking a gift horse in the mouth.
What's a horse?
Never mind.
Es un gato. No importa. No sé lo que es un gato.
Look familiar?
It's almost identical to the console Galvin has hidden in the palace. It looks like a control surface. What are we looking at?
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell much else. Might be some kind of sleep mode. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else.
Hopefully. Let's keep
Estaba
looking
viendo
around.
en la mañana tu directo de Metrosaurus cuando te asustaste al comienzo. Ah, pues lo completamos, ¿eh? El género chileno lo hemos completado ese juego. Y los DLCs también. Aquí de arriba.
Can your device read this?
It can roughly translate the words, but we don't have enough Taconian language on record to understand how it's structured.
Oh well.
Looks like some sort of replicator.
I can't get it to work.
It has power. Must be looking for some other kind of authorization.
What is it?
The device's primary function is to transmute lithium into this quantized crystalline compound. Possibly for the creation of weapons.
Do you think one of these was used on that Elydian in the tunnels?
Such a cruel weapon.
¿Y ahora qué tenemos que hacer? ¿Dónde tenemos que ir? Tenemos que ir por aquí.
This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Life form? There's something alive in these tiny crystals?
That's what it says, but hard to imagine how that's possible. Our science division will have a field day with this. We need to study it on the ship.
Vale, creo que está, ¿no? Ya se puede ir, ¿no? que ir por aquí. No, por aquí no. Y me dice que no. Ahora hay que encontrar la salida. Esto ya es de loco, tío. No es que no me dice a dónde tengo que ir, tío. No me dice a dónde tengo que ir. Vale. Pues se tiene que ir abajo, ¿no? Tenemos que encontrar una puerta para salir, me imagino. A ver, por aquí arriba. Tiene que ser aquí arriba. Pues no sé, tío. No sé. Ah, sí que me queda bloqueado. No sé qué tengo que hacer. O mejor dicho, ¿dónde tengo que ir? Joder. Esto sí que me da sueño, de verdad. No sé dónde tengo que ir. Me da sueño de poder coger. Es que... ¿Con ella no tenemos que hablar? Pues no sé, señores. Ya estoy como loco, ya perdido. Ay. No sé a dónde tengo que ir. Si me lo dijera... No me lo dice. Pero a ver, ¿dónde tengo que irte ya? Es que es muy fuerte esto. Hostia, macho. Voy aquí ya de por suelo. Buah. Para encontrarlo, ¿sabes? Yo estaba buscando la pared y resulta que estaba en el suelo.
Crystallized lithium compound. Its internal structure is extremely ordered. In fact,
Cuando acabe esta misión,
the
me
states
voy a la
of
cama.
these crystals on a
Mañana noche lo
subatomic level
terminamos.
suggests a
Ay,
storage
me
device
pica-
of some kind.
Me pica la oreja.
Energy levels are both stable and ordered, like information. Some of them appear to be depleted.
What kind of information would you deplete?
¿Y ahora qué?
Jara?
I see it.
What's happening?
Someone turned it on.
There's no one here. But maybe the device I saw in the palace can send a signal?
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long. Let's hurry.
Vamos para allá.
I can feel the power coming off it.
I've never seen this kind of energy before. I'll need to record this with my tricorder.
Falta una. Madre mía. Me falta una prueba. Una pista. mejor dicho. No lo encuentro, tío. Hasta que no encontremos la pista no nos deja seguir, ¿no? Quedamos aquí toda la noche. Ya está. Hemos costado, ¿eh?
This can't be right. It's putting out almost 50 zettajoules of energy.
I assume that's a lot?
Enough to power this entire quadrant. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it.
What do we do now?
We get back to the Resolute. They have to know about this. Come on, let's... Quickly. We have to hide.
This is outrageous! I demand you let me go!
No need to complain. You're about to receive a gift beyond your wildest imagination. If anything, I consider it an honor.
Malos, ¿eh? Casi me pillan, ¿eh?
What is that? What are you doing?
You'll see soon enough.
I can influence the course of the negotiations. I can make sure the Hotari get the better end of the bargain.
So can I.
Qué malo, ¿eh? ¿Y esta qué tiene que ver? Esta parece mala. Esta debe ser compinchada con el otro. Con el Atari. Mira a su novia. Mira cara de pena, pobrecito.
Has she said anything?
Mira, no es tu novia. Se ha cabreado, se ha enfadado contigo.
Miranda won't be in here for long. Just gotta sort this all out.
If there was a chance between you two, I think you've blown it
Pues
up.
está volviendo interesante el juego, ¿eh?
Hope you're happy. Miranda doesn't deserve this. We're supposed to be her friends.
She's in here because of what she did. She lost track of the crystals, she was up to something in the computer core, and she attacked me.
I'm not arguing that.
We were at the start of something good, and you throw it away like that. I never thought you'd turn on me like this.
I didn't turn on you. You brought this on yourself. Unless you have some kind of explanation.
You think I owe you an explanation? Starfleet and its never-ending search for answers.
Tried to find the other members of the security team that went to Hotari, but they're missing. We found their comm badges stashed in a Jeffries tube.
You better hurry up and find them. There's not much time left.
You're working with them.
You have a keen mind, Carter. That's something I liked about you. But that won't be enough.
Here's something.
What is it?
Maris didn't get bioscanned after returning from Hotari. Neither did the other two that are missing.
None of them were scanned.
Which should not have happened.
So all this could be happening because she's contaminated. She caught something on Hotari.
It's possible. Pathogen can cause all kinds of behavioral issues. I'll scan Petty Officer Maris and get some data to cut through all this speculation.
I think it's better if I do it.
Open up too.
I can't believe this. Ridiculous.
Data coming in. Come here for a second. Did you know?
Know what?
That's not Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
What are you talking about?
It's right here on the tricorder.
But look at her.
Hold on.
Chacho pasa por Miranda.
From what I'm
No
reading,
es ella.
she might look like Miranda. Walk and talk like her too. She has different brainwaves, and even different DNA. Somehow, this isn't the same person we left Starbase with. I'm going to feed this into the main computer and run some more analysis.
Commander, there's gotta be something we can do for her.
This is incredible. By some process we don't yet understand.
Hola Agustín.
Miranda's body is being
Gracias. Tú haz lo que tengas que hacer. Tú ya sabes que te aprecio mucho.
and her DNA is
Y lo que
resequencing.
tú veas,
I'm not sure the extent
te
of
voy a
it, but it
apoyar.
appears to be
Si tú eres feliz, volvés,
Something-
volvés. Que eres feliz, más
someone
feliz
is taking
durmiendo,
over and is
vete a dormir.
bioforming her.
Lo que
That's
tú
a
veas.
crude way to describe it.
¿Vale? Tú mandas.
This is a problem. A big one.
What have you done with the real Miranda? Where is she?
You're looking at her. I'm Miranda, but so much more.
Hostia.
Don't let them get the storage drive.
Evo, I noticed tech stuff.
Entonces ese no es su novia, realmente.
It's not in the universal translator.
Coge el arma, corre. Para.
Who the hell are you?
We are the Scions of the Flame.
Stop her!
Va a escapar.
They're getting away!
Shoot her!
Scions of the Flame? I don't like the sound of that.
You're never gonna believe this. The reason the Universal Translator didn't recognize that language is because it's only ever been read. It's the Takan language.
Get your filthy Hotari hands off me! We'll burn your planet to the ground. Animals. Wait. No.
Rise, brother. Rejoin the flame.
This can only mean our time has come.
I'm only sorry I couldn't find a more suitable host for you.
All in good time. This is only the beginning.
They're working together? An Elidian and a Hotari?
They did something to him.
Secure the Cartabula.
Cartabula?
It's the energy source.
Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
No es fácil apuntar, ¿eh?
We're trapped. They're blocking the only exit.
Maybe not. Can you buy me some time?
For what?
This vehicle looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Guay, me han dado 2 veces, tío.
Hotari woman!
Fracasa. Es difícil, ¿eh? Es que te digo que no es un juego súper difícil de apuntar. Aunque me haya puesto aparte de este, es difícil de apuntar.
We're trapped. They're blocking the only exit.
Maybe no. Can you buy me some time?
For what?
This vehicle looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Get on! Hold on to something. Oh no.
Don't stop. I'll handle them.
Shoot the one driving the machine!
We're surrounded.
I'll get it working. I just need some time. Here we go.
Claro, no puedes saltar, ¿no? Hostia. Espérame.
The lift. We're trapped.
Resolute, 2 to beam up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Jara!
Es que le han disparado a ella, pobrecita.
Are you all right?
I think so. It hurts. are you doing?
Hold on to me.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get a lock.
Miranda was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some path through that we're not seeing.
Tetrametric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. The crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 3.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centihertz. All of this is connected. The storm, the warp-killing field, the crystals, Miranda's alien transporter tech. Okay, I've got the transporter in calibration. There are a lot of biosigns in that mine, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the commander signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Rydek, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need you to generate a high-energy event to help us...
High-energy event. Got it. Tylus, are you still with me?
I am.
Good. I'm going to shoot my phaser at some dilithium to cause a piezoelectric rupture.
What? Why?
Signal flare. These crystals have to be pure enough. Bigger still. Come on! Damn it. No good, too small.
Whoa! Dilithium explosion!
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto their biosigns now.
Use R para apuntar. R para interescombro. Vale.
I've got their biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
I'm gonna tunnel a path through the ionic interference. I've got a path. Just gotta calibrate the signal.
Buah. Joder, qué difícil, tío. No, tengo que subir los otros dos arriba del todo se ve. ¡Ay! Casi lo pillo, tío. Ahora.
I've got a lock. Energize.
Petty Officer Diaz.
We're losing her. The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
I'm trying.
¿Qué mierda es esta, tío? Ahora.
I got it. Oh, come on, come on. Yes!
Get her to sickbay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from Hotari.
Take a look at that.
Rydick, I need you on the bridge, now.
I'm here.
The Elydians are preparing to attack Hotari.
Status report.
Our systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open.
They're preparing to fire! We should hail the Elydian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Recommendation, Commander? We need to act quickly. Before this spirals out of control.
Hail the Elydians. Maybe we could talk some sense into them.
Hail them.
No response.
Try it again.
Still nothing.
The Elydians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Irmont?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
Commander Irmont, scan them again. We have to be sure.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
What's happening?
There's an energy dampening field coming from Tau.
Take us out of range.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, the flagship is hailing us.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute. Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now. My crew is going to die. Please, I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Elydians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
The Ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldy and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command of this. Take Chovak and Bedrosian in the shuttle and get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar, you will be part of the rescue mission. As will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldy, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldy to make it possible to beam the Elydians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
We're going on the wrong mission.
Oh, what's that?
We're going to rescue the Elydians, the people that oppressed the Hotari, when we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill's symbiosis joining, only worse. And I've seen too many people I care about wiped away by some greater entity to stand by while the same thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Their bodies stolen and used like puppets.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up just yet. We don't know if what's been done to her can be reversed.
Don't give up on her so quickly.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
Resolute to Shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking off.
Bastante cool. Está abajo, pero ¿cómo llego abajo? Vale, pero...
We are within range. Any closer will put the shuttlecraft at risk. Preparing to transport the away team. Energizing.
The ship's life support. It's almost completely drained.
And the other systems, too.
Oh no.
We gotta get to their transporter room.
The atmosphere in here is turning to poison. All of these Elydians are going to die if we don't get them out of here. These must close in case of emergency. They don't have enough power left to function. Carter, give them a charge with your phaser. Should make them open.
It's not working.
No power's running through any of this. We gotta get him open manually.
Stop! I am the ranking officer here. State your intentions. We are under siege. Explain yourselves.
Our intention? Your leaders asked for our help.
And they sent you?
Whoa there.
I am still able to stand. What are you trying to do?
We gotta get into your transporter room.
Then we can get your people off the ship.
Hola Joseiro, dice, hola, me cago en todo el Sauron. El malo final, sombras, no para de matarme. No sé, yo no lo completé. No lo sé.
Make sure they're evenly spaced. We need to manually adjust beam trajectory so they connect.
I got this one. You get the others. I can handle this one. Make sure the others are lined up.
Claro, tengo que delinearlo. Pero este... Aquí. Ahí está. Y este, está muy bien. Ya está hecho.
All right. The pattern enhancers are aligned and ready to go. Let's round them up.
These will boost the signal so we can transport through the storm. We have a shuttle outside this ship that will route the signal to the Resolute.
All crew to Transporter Room 2. We are evacuating.
We're alive.
Here they come.
Okay, coordinates. Beam status. Energizing controls.
Please step on the platform so we can evacuate you, Admiral.
The crew goes first, Hunter.
Sir.
I mean it.
You! Get on the platform already!
Okay, the interface is in Elydian, but the layout is the same as a Starfleet transporter. I just gotta do what I did before. Select the people to transport. I need to select all of them. Plot a path through the ionic interference. If the path goes through too much interference, it won't work. Okay, just have to calibrate the signal gain to get the highest possible output. That wasn't enough power. Need to look for the place where the waveforms are farthest apart. Lock it in at the point where the lines are farthest apart.
La puta de oro, hostia, qué difícil. Ahora.
Even at this range, the interference is too much. The system is
Javi
suggesting better
Pulido,
transport
buenos días.
DS the shuttle.
Buenos días porque ya
You're
está
sitting right in the thick of it.
a punto de
I'm
salir
sending
el
you
sol.
specific coordinates for a clear signal path.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
A punto estoy de matarlo al maldito Sauron y ya me cargué una mesa. Me un rayo.
Away from the lightning.
Me ha tocado. Solo puedo tocarme máximo 2 porque la tercera misión fracasada. Alguien. ver si se puede ahora.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
Tienes que esquivar los asteroides y los rayos. Es que no gira, tío.
Melville to away team.
Oh, por fin.
Energize.
Qué mal se maneja esto, tío.
I have the first group of Illydians in the pattern buffer. Redirecting and transmitting to the Resolute now.
This is Resolute. We have the Illydians safely aboard.
We did it! I was so worried this wouldn't work. We got this.
Good work. Keep it up.
Yes, Commander.
This is Commander Rydick. We're holding steady. Signal is good. Keep them coming.
Admiral, you're next.
I've made it clear. I only leave after those in my charge.
Sir, I must insist you go so you can lead our people. I will see to any stragglers.
Yes, that may be for the best. But first, let me thank our human saviors. I'll pin medals on your uniforms when this is over. For all your brave work.
You're very welcome, Admiral.
Does Starfleet let you wear another fleet's medal?
We will find out.
We're ready for transport.
Get the Admiral to safety.
Energize.
Massive power surge!
Sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illidians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the Resolute. Nor can I materialize them here.
We need a better position with the Resolute.
I am losing their patterns. I need more power, but internal relays are not functioning.
I'll do it manually. Do it!
I am trying. I will lose the transport if I do not have more time. The signal is resolving.
Please!
We have lost the 15 Illidians in the last transport. I regret to report that we have lost the last transport.
My comrade. The Admiral.
Unfortunately, our shuttle systems were damaged by the power surge. We can no longer serve as a transporter node.
Carter, these readings are off the charts. The source of the storm is on this ship. That must have been the power surge when it came on board.
You're right. The Takan energy source. They call it the Cartabula. It's here.
Is that?
The intruders are preparing to bring the Zeldi to war.
And we're about to be stuck on it.
There is an old Illidian saying about leaping off the hot skillet and falling to the flame below.
Yeah, we got that one too.
We don't know where this ship is going, but we are not lost. We can still do something. We can still fight. We'll stop them from getting the Cartabula wherever they're taking it.
I like this plan, and I shall fight with you.
That's all well and good, but if we're not getting off this ship, we're really backed into a corner here.
We can't get off this ship.
But maybe I could target somewhere on the ship.
We are reading the warp engines powering up.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
We do not have a way to evacuate you from the Zeldi. The shuttlecraft is too heavily damaged.
We're gonna stay alive. Just do me a favor and try to track us down.
I can assure you, I will make every effort, Mr. Diaz. Live long and prosper.
I hear voices down the corridor.
They will be here soon.
I'll guard the door. You just get us out of here, Diaz.
Hey, Stretch. Help us with this map. Find somewhere as remote as you can.
They're almost here.
Mess hall.
Too exposed.
There. The aft cargo bay.
That is acceptable.
Sounds good to me.
Whatever you're doing, do it now! We're locked in. Board to transport.
Come on, Belle!
Oh, se la ha cargado. Ha muerto.
It's too late for him. Carter!
3 to transport.
La mala.
Energize.
Su exnovia.
Zeldy does not appear to have left any warp signature at all. I cannot track its trajectory.
I held on as long as I could.
We saved many lives. And our people on the Zeldy knew the risks their duties entailed.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back.
Yes, Commander.
Pues me entraba sueño y como se está volviendo interesante el juego, se me va a quitar el sueño. No, pero tengo que dormir. Vamos a tener que dejarlo ya. Son las 5 y a las 12 quiero hacer otro vídeo. Lo dejamos ya.
You saved as many Elydian lives as you could. And more importantly, you looked after your crew. That's what counts. You have to look out for your own, first and foremost.
I just wish I could have saved them all.
We all do. But you did the best you could. So, no point beating yourself up over it. Unfortunately, the Admiral was among those who didn't make it. I'm sure it's a huge blow to the Elydians. I hope they don't blame us. We suffered our own losses as well.
How are we getting our away team back?
Ambassador Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances. While protocol might suggest we alert Starfleet about our situation, missing crew, the data breach, possible threat from the Hatari, or Khan, I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves, under our control. You know what's at stake for me here, and what is at stake for you, too. I can't afford another mission gone wrong, and I'm really counting on your support. I don't want to raise a false alarm just yet. And I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
I'll follow your lead. We can keep this under wraps for now.
Always nice to know you have my back. One of the primary reasons I brought you on board. I made the right decision.
You should know you can always count on me, no matter what.
I appreciate that.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
On our way. Is there any update on our efforts to trace the Zeldy's warp signature?
Unfortunately, no.
Pues
Somehow
vamos a
they were able
dejarlo.
to mask the signature and block our ability to...
Vamos a dejarlo, señores. Aquí el resumen. Y esta noche a las 12. Esta noche a las 12 seguimos con él y ya lo terminamos. Nos quedan nada, un par de horitas. Sí, porque 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 horas nos quedan. Un par de horitas. Acordaros, a las 12 de la noche, hora española, seguimos con él y lo completamos ya. Se está moviendo la cosa muy interesante. Está guapísimo el juego. Y esta noche, de día 12, tenemos el Final Fantasy XVI, que seguimos con él. Y me voy a... Bueno, voy a la cama, sí, me voy a la cama. Me tomé un vasito de leche. Y a las 12 tengo que estar haciendo un directo. Así que tengo poquitas horas para dormir. Nos vemos. Muchas gracias por los likes, señores. Y nos vemos luego, ¿vale? Espero veros esta noche a las 12, que vamos a completar este juego. Está guapísimo el juego. O sea, es mucho mejor de lo que me imaginaba. Mucho mejor. Está guapo, guapo. Nos vemos. Hasta luego.